team.
Fire away.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, Sam.
The whole task fell down because of Paul's leadership qualities. He was disorganised and he only focused on his advert.
I just want to get a feel for the mood, the scene, to see if it needs spicing or and the sort of, you know, the interaction between mum and son.
It was his directorial debut, wasn't it? And you could tell he was really getting into it. I thought he was going to have a director's chair and everything.
He thought, after about 10 minutes on the set, that he was sort of Franco Zeffirelli and became totally immersed in this.
There's a slight pause, and then it's a giggle. Not funny enough.
Tell him a frigging joke, man. What's wrong with you?
Aardvark walking to a pub and the barman said, "Why the long face?"
I don't know.
That's the joke. An aardvark that has a long face. The barman said, "Why the long face?" Yes, I did get a tiny bit carried away with, you know, being the director of the advert, but I enjoyed myself. Why not?
Paul's movie premiere came in the boardroom.
I'm all ears.
Can we run the commercial now, please?
If you wish.
Yep.
I remember seeing the final cut and just going, oh my goodness, this is dire.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, Sam. That's mine. You've got your own upstairs. Go.
Well, it was possibly the worst advertising campaign of all time, wasn't it?
It just made me laugh from beginning to end because it was just so appallingly bad.
My TV advert was a bloody cracker.
And what was that about? Mum's lounging about, drinking, and this, that, and the other. Where's the product? Not there. Then you pack shot the guy in the corner up there, playing around the music. Where's the product? Not there.
It is there, Sir Alan.
Yeah, if you've got a microscope and you put your head right up in front of the television, not enough of the product in that advert. You're too close to it, I'm afraid. Much too close. You're not looking at it from the eyes of a consumer.
Luckily for Paul, something worse than his TV ad sat on Sir Alan's desk.
This is pathetic. Who was sitting with the Mac man when this was going on?
That was my task to do that.
Syra and the poster was shocking.
Right, we'll take that image.
Okay, so we'll keep that one.
You sure about that? You don't want to get the consensus of the rest of the team, or is it your...
Well, I think we haven't got time. The rest of the team aren't here.
Let's get to work on it then.
I think so.
All right.
So I'm going to leave you to it now.
Brilliant.
So in terms of the advert...
Yep.
You've got everything, the headlines, subheadings, everything.
Everything I need is
And
here
we will
now.
not disturb you.
So she gave a very cursory sort of a brief to Macman, as Sir Alan called him, and then disappeared off and started rearranging the furniture.
Moving chairs around? Oh my God, what planet was she on?
She's fantastic.
She was off rearranging chairs and getting the mood right, the atmosphere right. And poor Macman was upstairs waiting for a proper brief, which he never really got.
So I then saw the poster. And it was at that point I thought, oh shit. At that point I thought, I'm for the chop. I had dropped a bollock in a big way.
It was just so terribly bad.
It was cheap, it was tacky, it was like 1960 ad.
I mean, that was something that you'd expect a primary school child to do. It was so poor. It was embarrassing.
We haven't got the fucking £99 on there. That was the worst thing I'd ever done, and since I've ever done.
What really infuriated me was that Syra, who'd been in charge of this whole horror, then said to Paul, you know, Paul, you're not going to win any prizes for this. As though she had had nothing to do with it.
I'm not being horrible, but that is shit. That just shows, like, it's been plonked there. They've picked up the words.
There's no point in saying that now. It's gone 2 o'clock. We have to get into that. We have to.
Oh no, I know. Don't you worry. I'm a professional. I can get into it. I'm an actress. But I'm telling you now, that's not going to win you a prize. That will not win you a prize.
Oh my God, did she not know that she was the one who did it? She was the one responsible for it.
It was just a disaster, and I remember ripping it up, and when we took it to the boardroom, it'd all been patched together.
You should have been stuck to that Mac man like shit to a blanket. This is the thing that would have impressed them in the end. None of the other bullshit that you were getting up to was going to impress them. Paul, that's the fatal error in your campaign.
With Paul's lack of leadership under the spotlight, Rachel Groves stepped onto the stage.
How you feel when you come in this room? What do you feel about this room?
The pitch was, I think, one of the most horrible experiences I've ever had to endure.
Do you feel comfortable, relaxed?
Excited.
Excited. I'm liking the sound of excited.
I gave her, you know, carte blanche. I said, do what you want, Rachel, because I thought we're dying anyway. You know, I am drowning anyway. What does it matter? Do what you want. And unfortunately, she did.
How are we feeling now? Well, I think it's one of those kind of moments.
It was the only time in the series so far when I've actually wished that the ground would open and swallow me up. It was awful being in that room.
I found myself putting my hands up and looking through my eyes like this.
I want to hide behind the sofa.
Stop it now, don't you realise what you're
I
doing?
think it just sort of went a bit, you know, like this. And then there was a spin.
But when she started taking her shoes off and moving into a sort of a slow rumba, then we really knew we were in trouble.
But when you saw the faces around the room, you realised everybody was just completely taken aback.
It was like a cold steel hand round one's sphincter as one watched Rachel perform her dance. It was horrible.
There I am, looking, project leader. You know, and people then turned to me as if to say, you have sanctioned this. That idiot stood there with her shoes off, dancing like a hippie. You have sanctioned this.
Yes, it's kind of cheerful. You know, music can do incredible things. How does that music make you feel? Help me out.
Like I'm sitting watching a 1970s
Sitcom.
Absolutely right. It makes you feel upbeat and happy.
Rachel was rubbish on that task for the simple reason that she was an experienced advertising and marketer. That was her gig. That's what she did. She came to me, giving me all this, oh, I know what I'm doing, Paul, I know what I'm doing. And she cost us the task.
And her performance on the task suggested, you know, she had to be hanged, and she was.
When it comes to bullshit, they have forgotten what you haven't even learnt yet about all this crap. You wasted your time. And because you wasted your time, and because you say and claim to be an expert in advertising in your own CV, it brings me to the conclusion that, Rachel, I'm sorry, you're fired.
Rachel deserved to be fired for being Rachel.
It's a classic Apprentice moment where this is what you're supposed to be best at, and if that's what the best you can do, you've got no hope in the competition at all.
Rachel's poor presentation cost her the job, and over the years, Sir Alan has tested this key business decision. Who should pitch a team's product?
Well, hello everyone. I'm glad you all could make it. I was worried a few of you might drop out, but thanks for all making it.
Pitch well and you close a deal. Do it badly and the deal is lost.
We are from Stealth and we bring great innovation to the marketplace.
Do you believe in magic? Because we believe nothing is impossible.
When both teams had to produce a charity calendar for the Great Ormond Street Hospital, Sir Alan got a masterclass in how not to do it.
My name's Nargis.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can help.
Ask me any questions.
What sort of retail price do you...
I haven't finished speaking, sorry.
One of the worst presentations I've ever seen.
Again, it's trouble with so many candidates in the Apprentice. They have no idea how bad they are.
The girls, led by project manager Nargis Agra, created a cat calendar. The boys went for babies. Both teams had to pitch their charity calendars to 3 of the country's leading retailers.
David, we're here to talk to you about Great Ormond Street Hospital.
The boys pinned their hopes on Manny Sander.
It's a very short and succinct pitch, which is how I present, because I present to senior people, and they like it that way.
The whole house, just everybody was taking the piss out of him.
This is what I do for a living. And I will go in there and I will sell.
Guys, I'm a world-class presenter. When he presented, he was absolutely appalling.
You know, I think, and forgive me if I've become emotional, because I'm very passionate about this cause.
To be there in that room when he started and he started talking about, oh, he just frilled it up. I can't even remember the exact words he used, but I just remember thinking,